He sat in the small, dimly lit room, his hands shaking as he counted the last few coins he had. Rent was due tomorrow, and there wasn't enough. For years, he had been chasing opportunities, attending seminars, talking about his big dreams, but nothing seemed to work. His friends, once supportive, now laughed behind his back. All talk, no results, they called him. The words stung. He felt like a failure. One night, while scrolling through his phone, he came across a simple quote, "Don't talk about what you'll do, just do it." It hit him like a lightning bolt. That was his problem. Too much talking, too little action. He closed his eyes and asked himself, "What am I doing wrong?" And then something clicked. He realized it was time to stop seeking validation and start taking small, deliberate steps quietly. The very next day, he made a promise to himself. No more announcements, no more telling everyone about his plan. If he wanted results, he would have to focus on the work without distractions, without the need for applause. He didn't quit his job, but he started using his evenings and weekends wisely. He picked up a new skill: graphic design. It wasn't glamorous, but it was practical. He spent hours learning, watching tutorials, and practicing. No one knew what he was doing. His friends didn't notice his absence from social events. No one asked him about his progress. At first, it hurt to be overlooked, but then he realized the beauty of silence. No expectations, no pressure, no one to impress but himself. Months passed. There were days when he wanted to give up. The progress felt slow. His old habit of craving validation whispered in his ear, "Tell them about your plans, they'll support you." But he resisted. Instead, he reminded himself of the quote, "Less talk, more action." Whenever doubts crept in, he focused on the work. Slowly, his designs improved. He created logos for free, then for a small fee. Each project taught him something new. He wasn't making much money yet, but he was building something invisible: trust, skill, and reputation. One day, a small business owner reached out. "I've seen your work. Can you create a website design for me?" He couldn't believe it. Someone had noticed, not because of flashy posts or big promises, but because of the quiet results he had been delivering. He worked tirelessly on the project, ensuring every detail was perfect. When he delivered the final product, the client was thrilled. And just like that, word started to spread. One client turned into two, two turned into five. Without even realizing it, he had built a steady stream of income. His nights and weekends were now filled with meaningful work, but he still didn't tell anyone. There were no social media updates, no "look at me" moments, just quiet, consistent progress. One evening, he sat in that same dimly lit room, only now it wasn't empty. The rent was paid, the table had a laptop he had bought with his earnings, and in his heart, there was something new: pride. One of his old friends called him out of the blue. "Hey, I've been hearing your name around. Are you really running a design business now?" He smiled. "Yeah, I guess I am." His friend sounded amazed. "Why didn't you tell anyone? You could have gotten support." He paused before answering. "Because I needed to prove it to myself first. Talking doesn't create results." Years later, he became known for his work. People admired his talent, but what inspired them most was his humility. He never flaunted his success. He never boasted. Whenever someone asked for his secret, he would share the same advice: stop announcing your plans. Stop waiting for approval. Start working. Even if no one notices at first, the results will speak louder than any words ever could. Success isn't about showing off or proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about staying focused, staying humble, and letting your actions speak for you. So if you are struggling, if you are tired of the noise, remember this: silence is your greatest ally. Work in the shadows. Let the world see your results, not your plans. Because in the end, success doesn't need an announcement. It just needs action. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, am I talking too much and doing too little? If the answer is yes, it's time to start. Quietly, consistently. And remember, the road to true success is paved with less talk and more action. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like it, Share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe to my channel for more motivational stories like this one. Together, let's keep learning, growing, and quietly building a life we're proud of. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.